What's up, guys? Rich Lindgren here with Fantasy Fishing Edge, bringing you the episode for Bassmaster Fantasy at Dardanelle, which actually starts Friday this week, and I think it must go through Monday then. Uh, Rayburn wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. Hackney really didn't pull through. I definitely should have went with Jason Christie instead of Hackney for bucket A, but nonetheless, I moved up into the 90%. So clearly, the KBD and a few other guys struggling evened it out and was able to make a lot of us be able to move up. So, looking at my picks, the room around the street is it's going to be high, lots of current, muddy water at Dardanelle this week. Here's a little clip from John Cree's Facebook page to give you an idea what kind of water we're talking about. So take that into consideration when you're making your picks this week. But so let's jump into it. So bucket E, nobody really stood out to me. Justin Lucas has had a few decent tournaments here. Chris Aldane's had a decent tournament here, but a lot of these guys aren't fishing super great this year. James Ningmeyer's had a good tournament there. Rick Lund's actually had quite a few good tournaments. So that guy, if you're looking for somebody that's maybe a little safer, more consistent, Rick Lund could probably be a good pick. I'm going to take a flyer on Skylar Hamilton. He's actually doing, you know, better than most people in this bucket for points, and he qualified for the Bassmaster Elite Series on the Arkansas River when it was high and muddy. He's fishing out of an aluminum boat, so maybe that gives him an advantage in this tournament. So I'm going to take a flyer on Skylar Hamilton in bucket E. So for bucket D, um, I like Tommy Biffle. I think Stephen Browning could be a really good pick as well as Stetson Blaylock. He's actually, you won't find a lot of like major tournaments, but he has fished some BFLs and he grew up not too far from here. So I'm sure he's fished a lot of other, money tournaments and team tournaments and things like that. So, Blaylock could definitely be a good pick. But I think with the water being high, Tommy Biffle's got to be licking his chops and getting ready to get his Biffle bug wet and do some flipping. So there's some other good anglers in this bucket, but that's who I'm going with. Obviously, Stephen Browning's really good on the Arkansas rivers, so that's a good pick. Stephen Kennedy, probably swimming his jig, throwing a buzzbait, could do well in this tournament. So there's a lot of good choices, but I'm going to stick with Biffle. Um, Bucket C, a lot of great anglers. Aaron Martins, Bill Lown's a river guy. Dean Rojas posted he was licking his chops about the frog this week. Brandon Lester loves to fish a frog. Scott Rook loves the Arkansas River. And he's having a little better than average year for him. Rumbanis now lives in Oklahoma, so I'm sure he's familiar with the lake. But in the end, I'm going to go Cliff Crochet. I think he's got a little bit of a swagger right now. He's fishing well this season. He grew up in Louisiana. Muddy, high water is nothing new to him. He'll be right at home. Probably going to be flipping heavy weights and fishing a frog right in his comfort zone. So I expect him to do well. Bucket B, I like Gerald Swindle. Randall Tharp did really well. He was in contention to win this tournament last time. Ish Monroe could be good. Uh, a lot of these guys are very talented, could do well. There's plenty of good anglers here. But ultimately, Swindle's had some good success on this body of water. High fluctuating water conditions screams junk fishing, and that's right in Gerald Swindle's wheelhouse. To top it off, I'm not going against Christie this week, even though there's plenty of other really good anglers and good options in this bucket. And he's a pretty high percentage owner, you know. But in the end, I can't go against him. Hackney finished third last time they were in Dardanelle. In 2014, you can go back to those results. It was high fluctuating muddy water. I don't know if it was high as it is now, but similar conditions. So I think you can use it as a barometer. And I think Christie's a super safe pick. And this is a tournament where he could really, make a push for his Angler of the Year bid. So watch for him to do good things. That being said, if you guys like this type of format, fantasy fishing picks, I also recommend you check out the Outdoor Scoreboard podcast if you're interested in long form media. They talk fantasy fishing and a lot of other things. Here's their website. You can take a look at that. I'll put the links in the description. point you to their Facebook page, as well as their Twitter page. So, hey, check those out. Let me know what you think. They post some interesting stuff. If you're into fishing, they're definitely worth a follow. Looks like they just interviewed Brandon Polnick for their fantasy show this week, so he just won Rayburn. Last week they had Dustin Connell, so they get some pretty cool guests on their show. Definitely worth a listen. So that's my shout out to them if you're into this kind of content. And if you want, follow me on Twitter as well, HellaBass, if you want to check that out. So there's a couple shout outs, some places to check to increase your bass fishing information gathering. So, hey, leave me a comment with what your lineup is or if you think any of my picks are off the wall. But if you like this show, let me know by commenting, liking, and subbing to the channel. So thanks for watching, everybody.